let's have a look at how the lineup goes for Town this evening. I'll start with Town. It's fullback Zarin Galea, wings Levi Atiga and Johnny Hutton coming in. In the centre, Spencer Fulton continues alongside Rio Corkill. Halfbacks, it's the very familiar pairing now of Jake Carter and Don Weir. It's a front row of Ross Ainley, Callum Phillips and Stevie Scoley. A back row of Cooper Howler, Jack Stevenson and Ellis Archer comes in for just his third appearance of the season. It's a strong bench mind. Lucas Castle is alongside Jamie Doran. Grant Reid comes in for his third appearance of the season, and Cole Walker-Taylor makes just his fourth appearance in a Town shirt. The 18th man if needed is Jude Lupton this evening, who has been going great guns back at his community club Millham over recent weeks. And for Newcastle Thunder, they line up with fullback James Farrer. On the wings, it's Leo Bradley and Jake Dickinson. In the centres, a man who's no stranger to West Cumbrian rugby, Sean Croston, and alongside him Jacob Renison. And then it's a half-back pairing of Alex Donaghy, one of the most impressive players for me in League One, and alongside him is Elliot Shaw. It's a front row of Tobias Gibson, Thomas Siddle and Harry Price. A back row of George Birch, Matty Handy and Matty Rolls. Interesting story about Matty Rolls. So he trialled for the England Community Lions under 16s, 17s last year, and ended up going on a scholarship to Leeds, so he didn't end up playing, unfortunately. He got picked and everything, and then he now finds himself here at his hometown club, by the way. So he's a Newcastle boy.
He's a Geordie lad, is he?
He is, yeah.
Right, okay.
The bench is Will Linton, Charlie Eamons, Lloyd Hall and Josh Stoker. A long-serving Josh Stoker, by the way. 128 appearances for Newcastle Thunder over 2 spells.
He's gone through the ringer with them then. He's gone through, obviously, to...
The 18th man for Thunder this evening, if needed, is Seth Clapham. Our referee is Tara Jones. So the arm is raised and the kickoff comes in. Deep restart. Underneath that is Aaron Galea, and immediately he finds Ross Ainley, and Ainley powers his way towards that 20-metre mark. Just held a little bit beforehand. They're in centre field. Now Stevie Scoley taking his first carry. The skipper has made that 20-metre mark. He'll play this ball to Phillips, and Phillips shuffles it to the left. Crash ball forward there for Stevenson. This time playing on an edge. He has been playing in the middle of the field in loose forward, but shipped across to the left with no Jake Bradley this evening. And away comes Zarin Galea. Oh, he half breaks, but then loses possession. And referee Tara Jones rules that as a knock-on against Zarin Galea. But just for a second, it looked like he was again going to burst into the backfield then, didn't it?
Looks like that Galea Express was on the charge there, Dave, didn't he? But yeah, just not able to keep hold of the ball. I don't know whether it was just a loose carry or whether he got a slight knock on the arm that's obviously forced the ball loose, but an error in the early stages from this Town side, and giving Newcastle a potential of early possession going into their territory.
Just looking at the size of this Newcastle front row as well, I mean, Tobias Gibson, what a huge bloke he is, backing down nearest to us. You can't miss him. He's about 6'6".
Yeah, you're certainly not going to miss him. You wouldn't want to run him either.
Pass from the base of the scrum. Referee says it went backwards, so well recovered in the end there from Croston. Comes out to this left hand side. Tackle comes in. Got a player there with no number up.
Oh, that's always a great start.
It's always a good start. That one,
always a great start.
Big run coming in from Jake Dickinson. Dickinson makes it to the 40-metre line inside the Town half. Quick pick up out of dummy half, but then Siddle passes and they go without it. The Newcastle dropped on thankfully there by Stevie Scoley, and Town pushed their way forward through the middle now with Ainley.
Yeah, not the best of starts from both sides. Obviously, I think it was Jake Dickinson on this early side, the winger, with number 3 on his back, who's dropped the ball from the base of the scrum, was lucky to get it that had gone backwards, and then obviously the following knock on there. So yeah, not the best of starts from both sides, but Town now looking to get on the front foot.
What a run from Stevenson that was. The ball being brought over to this right side, over the top from Weir, running into space is Fulton over the 10, steps to defence. He's just caught short of the line, just 2 metres out. There is a penalty that's heading the way of Town though. High tackle, high contact, and the first penalty of this game goes the way of the visitors.
It looked like Spencer Fulton was giving it full beans then, and then Levi Atiga was just jogging along beside him. So but great work. Obviously Don Weir just held that pass just enough, didn't he? Delayed, and the Thunder defence didn't react. He was able to get the ball over the top, and Town unlucky not to be in there, but continued to knock on the door.
Archer runs over that 10 metre mark just to the right hand side of the post of Town. Phillips picks up out of dummy half, shapes it to the left. Here's Carter, duck the shoulder, goes without the ball, picked up by Newcastle Thunder, who start an interesting counter attack down the right hand side, but it goes no further than Jack Stevenson. Stevenson was right on the man, as was Rio Corkill. Just a little bit guilty of overplaying there, was Carter.
Yeah, I think he was, definitely 100%, Dave. He was looking to try and get in, white line fever, potentially seeing the gap and opening it up there, but I mentioned last week he looks like a player that's full of confidence, so just trying to use that confidence to try and get the early score for his side.
3 minutes of the game gone here, 0-0 at the moment. BBC Cumbria Sport here at Blaydon Rugby Union Club this evening. Newcastle Thunder still in possession, 30 metres from their own line. Into dummy half goes Matty Rolls, and now the running's taken in by Handy, looking to make a handy impression, but he's knocked on the deck. And so far these early stages, well, it's neither side has been able to really respect possession yet. In the words of Steve-O, it's a knock-on-a-thon. It really has been so far, hasn't it? And neither side able to take advantage of the other's errors, and we're going to have a scrum down heading feed here to Town, and you feel if Newcastle are going to stay in the contest in the early stages that they need to be squeaky clean, they need to be error free, and but I think that's where that has been the downfall. When the games have been tight, and even when I've seen them in other games, Dave, that I don't think it's the skill level and the talent that some of these players have got. It is just been the ability to be able to keep hold of the ball at certain times. Let's see if they can come up with something down this right hand side. Atiga tries to get away from the defence, gets dragged in touch. Was there a second effort? Referee says not. We will pat down. It was a great bit of defensive work, to be honest, by Newcastle Thunder. They got to grips with Atiga and dragged him out, but once again it was a bit of a dynamic attack, a sweeping movement down the right hand side involving Weir and Galea, but it comes to nothing for Town. It's still 0-0. Looking to go from that base of the scrum, looking to try and catch side out. It's a play we've seen so often, and I mention it pretty much every other week. It never seems to be since scrums were reintroduced post-COVID. There was a lot of tries in Super League from the base of the scrums, and that trend seems to continue right throughout the lower leagues. And Atiga unlucky there. I'll be honest, Dave, I thought he was dragged. I thought he was unlucky not to get the penalty, but Newcastle now back on their way. Gibson turned on his back by some strong Town defence, particularly from Don Weir. Rolls brings it out to this left hand side. Donaghy all the way out. Oh, there's a running chance. The forward pass came in anyway. It has been ruled, but they really chanced their arm there on the outside, didn't they? Yeah, fantastic work. Dickinson obviously got on the outside edge. Pass was it was just forward. I think the slight delay meant he went forward, but then as soon as Dickinson, he has got to turn a pace. He was the one that scored the only try in the game in their defeat at Whitehaven, and he showed a bit of pace for that. Did Dickinson? So they're unlucky there at the Thunder to be to not continue with that. But pass was forward, and they're going to have Town knocking on the line once more. Yeah, it gives another opportunity for Town, who've taken a central scrum. It comes out to Carter on the left. He in turn links with Corkill, who tries to go right over the top of Croston, but he gets to him along with Leo Bradley, and they force him back just behind that 30 metre line before he plays it. Next on the run is Stevenson. Strong surge forward, really good carry to the 20 metre line. He'll stand and play this to Phillips. Phillips skims it to the right. Archer links it. So does Scully. Now it's out with Howlett. Howlett into a gap. Howlett going all the way to the line. No one stopping him. Oh, he cut them to ribbons. He was always there on the arcing run, and it took him too far away from the defence. And over he goes for Town's first score, which comes after 7 minutes. Fantastic work from the Australian, Dave. He had options to pass it out, and they could have come in on this right hand side, but he elected to go himself, and was a powerful run. He was making sure no one in the purple and yellow of the Newcastle Thunder were slowing him down, or even had thoughts of stopping him, Dave. He was ensuring he was crossing himself over that white line. Was the back rower, and in a game that hadn't been the best of quality so far, and obviously due to their errors, a bit of quality there from the Australian to ensure that he was not going to be stopped from short range. Yeah, I'm with you there, Jordan. That was a quality run, that, wasn't it? Real confidence from Howler. To be fair, himself has been in and out of the Town side quite a bit, hasn't he? In these early stages of the season. Yeah, I mean, obviously he's got number 11 on his back, so
coaches always say don't read into squad numbers, but it's a starting number, isn't it? And obviously, the likes of Jake Bradley and Kane Barnes and Jack Stevenson have been in that back row loose forward area, haven't they? So he's found it tough. He's been in and out the side, but that will breed some confidence for him.
Carter with the conversion attempt, it's just waved away, however, so the scoreline remains Newcastle Thunder 0, Town 4.
I think the message will be going out from John Sigorley in terms of we need to increase that completion rate. That's been a message from him after previous games. Even with yourself last week, he still wasn't happy at times the way they were ending their sets or trying to get to the end of their sets. So I think that'll be the message going out from John Sigorley, is that we'll earn our way to play if we can complete our sets, and that's what they need to focus on. They need to focus on coming down the middle of the field before then trying to earn the opportunity to play on the edges.
So restart comes in. Kicked off by James Farrer, taken on the full by Galea. Galea finds Ainley. Ainley powers his way beyond that 10 metre mark, directly in the centre of the ground. He's looking for a quick play of the ball, and Phillips passes to the right hand side. Here's Archer breaking, half break from him, gains a quick 15 metres. He'll play it quickly to Phillips. Phillips linking with Howlett. It's dynamic. What a great set so far, almost up to the halfway line, 3 tackles gone. Phillips picks up out of dummy half, passes left for Scully, then Carter dropping it back for Stevenson, good strong surge in the middle of the field. Thunder do well to turn him on his back, however, and he'll play this ball on the 40 metre line inside the Thunder half the field. Scully goes direct down centre ground, makes another 10 metres, last tackle has been reached. We are 9 minutes into proceedings. Off down the left it goes with Carter. He angles the kick back to the middle. Galea's after it. Oh, lovely pick up by Farrer. He's in behind his own line, however, and the defence is really good from Town. They followed up. There was good 3 or 4 welcoming committee there. Farrer had no chance of getting out behind his own line.
Absolutely no chance, and a perfect pretty much set after points, isn't it? You know, if you're not going to get points yourself, make sure that you turn the ball over and force your opposition to have to give you the ball back. Perfect opportunity for Town. They'd made, 70 metres pretty much before that kick from Jake Carter was pretty much pin perfect there. And like you said, they're going to have an opportunity here, starting this set now on halfway.
Farrer's dropout finds Weir. He in turn finds Ainley. Quick as you like. He's chalked off 15 metres with the carry on the right side. 20 metres in from touch. He'll play this ball. Looking to take the ball in now is Archer. Nice carry. Late footwork as well. Really did outfox the defence. Eventually they do get to him though, but he made a good 7 metres there before hands were laid on him. Off to the left it is with Carter. He's angled back to the middle. Good run from Carter. Inside the 20 metre line he goes. Directly in centre ground now at Town. Options both left and right of the ruck. Phillips will pick up. He'll dummy it to Ainley. Then open it out to Weir. Weir out the back to Galea. Oh, into the gap. He's fed it to Fulton. Fulton had acres of space and finishes with great aplomb. Lovely try for Town.
Wow, what work from Zadin Galea. That has to go with a fantastic try assist to him from the Maltese fullback. The dummy was outrageous. The Thunder defence fell for it, and Spencer Fulton practically had 6 different postcodes either side. He could have grounded that ball in, Dave. He had that much space. Thunder defence just not alive to what to expect there from the Town fullback, and Fulton goes over on this right hand side edge.
The quality of that pass though, I mean, that was an amazing pass, wasn't it?
Just the movement altogether, wasn't it? Just the dummy, and my eyes went. I was fooled by it. I was expecting that pass to come to Fulton straight away, but he just held, turned back, and then the pass comes from Zadin Galea, and when he's not scoring tries, he's providing them. Was the Maltese man, and Spencer Fulton's the very happy recipient on this occasion.
So Carter with his second attempt on goal. It's from a very similar sort of position as well to his first attempt. Taking his time. Can he make it 10 points to 0 in favour of Workington Town? It's a better effort, but again it fades to the right of the post. So the scoreline remains just 8-0 in favour of Town. But it's a positive start now.
Positive start. Unlike Jake Carter, but he'll just want to put that to the back of his mind. His goal kicking boots is normally a lot more on point precision than that, but he'll put that to the back of his mind when he comes with his next attempt. And But yeah, fantastic start from Town. They've got rid of them errors that both sides had shown in the early stages, and now put themselves on the front foot. They're earning their way to the edges, and they're able to get themselves on the front foot.
Howlett with an amazing carry down this right side. He somehow managed to take that in, and then straight away he was on the defence, wasn't he? He was on the attack, going forward. Now Archer, all caught. This time it's good defence from the Thunder side, and in particular from Jake Dickinson. He's impressing so far, is Dickinson. Town again, opting for a sensible carry from Hutton, as Weir feeds it out to Howlett. Howlett spilled it, however. And they were looking for a completion on that tackle, but it wasn't to be as far as Workington were concerned. It's an error on the halfway and just a little bit inside the Town half of the field, but an opportunity here for Newcastle Thunder to try and impose themselves.
Slightly guilty, I think, of overplaying there at Town. I said you've got to earn your way to play, and they obviously realised that Dickinson had been caught in around the tackle, and there was the overlap opportunity on this side, but you've got to make sure that opportunity is there, and I don't think it was. I think Donwey probably would have been better just keeping hold of the ball. Howlett maybe thought that he was going to be the dummy runner, was expecting the ball maybe to go out onto the edge with the overlap chance, not taken cleanly, and it means Newcastle have got a starter, you Dev.
Yes, and they're 40 metres away from the Town line, over on the right hand side of the field. Rolls, passes to Donaghy back over his shoulder, looking to try and make an impact, but they won't do with tackling like that from Ainley. Really good effort from him. Comes down this left hand side, big carry, but equally strong contact from Stevie Scoley. They've gone nowhere in that particular tackle of Newcastle. It all looked very good going across field as Rolls links with Shaw, and he in turn finds the running of Handy to the edge of the 20 metre line, wrapped up by 2, plays it back. Rolls runs, pops it to his left, solid hit up, 15 metres out from the try line. Last tackle signalled here. Rolls passes left, kick comes in from Shaw, it's a delicate one. Atiga's going to have to play it, plays it confidently, takes the tackle in the air as well, so it is going to be a penalty to Town, is this one. There was too much eagerness there, I feel, from Newcastle Thunder.
Yeah, the Dickinson and it's Renison on this side being offside at the kick, not giving Atiga the required 10 following that. Yeah, a bit too keen, a bit too eager from this young Newcastle side. A lot of them probably still sort of learning their trade some of them maybe even in rugby league, Dave, but certainly at this sort of level, and are just looking to couldn't hold off their opportunity to defend there, and have cost themselves sides to sort of 25 metres.
It's a tough place to learn as well, League One this season, because we've already talked about like how good the competition is, as Phillips gets away from 2 at dummy half, rolls towards the halfway line, 25 metres in from the right touchline. Galea takes over at dummy half duties, links with Ainley onto Scoley belligerently pushes forward for a further 10 metre gain. They're just 40 metres away from the try line now. Workington playing the ball on the left with Carter takes it right to the line, then hands on to Corkill continues to make metres, goes inside the 20. That's a real powerful surge from the centre, once upon a time with Barrow, of course, and he'll play this ball now to Phillips, who finds Carter then drops it back for Stevie Scoley in the centre of the field. They were waiting to spring the trap on this occasion. Good tackling in particular from George Birch, but he's out on the left hand side with Carter drops it on the boot, it's into the in-goal area, but it's a little bit too keen, a little bit too much on it, and it's going to be a tap back on the 20 metre line and a 7 tackle restart.
Not quite cute enough, was it, from Jay Carter? Obviously it's a 4G surface, it's just going to bounce and bounce and bounce. You need to be really delicate with that sort of touch, don't you, when you're putting that kick in behind, and not an awful lot more that Jay Carter could have done apart from doing that. But yeah, it gives Thunder the extra tackle and starting on their own 20.
Interestingly enough as well, with the dimensions of this pitch, it's a rugby union ground, but it's got rugby league size in goal areas, so it's a bit shorter, isn't it? So your kicking game's got to be pinpoint.
Yeah, it's sort of. I mean, they're not quite Old Trafford small, are they? But they are. They are small in compared to a rugby union sort of. In goal area. So yeah, they're going to have to be really cute with that this evening if you're putting them kicks in behind.
Here come Thunder over the halfway line. Lovely little link-up play, by the way, between Matty Rolls, George Birch and Matty Handy. Into the middle it is with Tobias Gibson up as far as the 40 metre line is concerned. Rolls at dummy half, Passes to his left-hand side to Siddle. Siddle takes the carry. I'm not sure how much he expected to take the carry, but he makes about 5 or 6 metres. It comes out left. Kick comes in on the last from Shaw. He steeples that one. Zaringalia was waiting for it. He could have put the cup of tea on, to be fair. He was that perfectly positioned.
Read the paper, put the table out, put the cake and biscuits out, and be fairly collected there. Good Zaringalia. But I mean, a good set there from Newcastle. But Atiga's down this right hand side.
Yes, Atiga's down this right hand side. Big carry over the halfway line, taking on all comers. Eventually Dickinson gets to him. So too does the fullback Farah. But he's made a good 30 metres there, and he's put down 40 metres from the line. Now being spun down towards the middle, and Stevie Scully takes the settler, drags 3 defenders in. Now they're trying to move this Newcastle Thunder defence about Workington Town as Weir takes it right to the line, takes on his opposite number. This time Elliot Shaw gets to grips with him, but they're on the 20 metre mark here at Town. Is it still building for them? Leading by 8 points to 0. 2 early tries. That pass was a little bit too cute from Archer, looking to open it out to Stevie Scully. The two of them weren't on the same page, unfortunately, and as a result the ball goes to ground, and Archer raises his hand and says, sorry boss.
He knew straight away there, did Dennis Archer, and that's what I said. Town have to earn that opportunity to play, and you've got to, I think against probably more sides in the division, Elliot Archer probably takes that run on, but he knows against this Newcastle side there's probably going to be a bit of space on there, so he's probably go for the gap, or he knows Scully can get through. But that's just obviously maybe a bit of ring rustiness from Archer as well. He hasn't played an awful lot, but he knew pretty much straight away. He put the error up, acknowledged the error, and Town will just have to be better next time.
Oh, Shaw spilled it from the base of the scrum. The ball came to him at a real rate of knots. It was a tough pass to take, to be honest, from Siddle. He really did fire it out to the back of that scrum. It was like a missile coming at him.
Yeah, and that isn't what Newcastle need. They need to try and capitalise on the errors that the Town will and have given up so far, and they just haven't been able to do it at all, have they? They've Chris Foreman's already making his way down to the dugout. He's not happy with what he's seeing out there as well. They've been real wasteful with the possession they have had in Newcastle, and they're just allowing this Town side to knock on the door.
And here comes Kalia from the back of the scrum, feeds it out. Hutton, he's in touch, unfortunately, there as far as Town are concerned, but it was good defence from Thunder. They really did spread themselves across the field. Town once again trying to attack from the base of a scrum. I'm liking the shapes that they're trying to put on, but as you have mentioned a couple of times already, they're doing it before they've set a platform, really, even though they're leading by 8 points to 0.
Yeah, they're leading by 8 points to 0, but they need to continue to earn that right to tire the Newcastle defence out, run down the middle, tire them middles out, making sure that then the defensive line's going to come in, because they're going to try and close them gaps to help them out inside, and that's when the gaps are going to open up on the edges for the likes of Atiga and Hutton on the other side to go in on these corners and not go for it from play one.
Rolls. Feeds the ball to his left-hand side. It's a big carry, but big defence as well from Workington Town. We're inside the second quarter now. 21 minutes of the game gone as Shaw drops it back over his shoulder. Good defence from Town again. He was really the meat in the sandwich then, was the Thunderman, who plays it 25 metres out from his own line. Big surge coming in from Croston through the middle. Rolled on his back, however. Now it's picked up by Rolls again at dummy half. Donaghy gets his kick away. He was under plenty of pressure there from Stevenson. Taking it on the full is Hutton. Hutton on the spin. Returns it with a little bit of interest as well. Back towards that 40 metre line inside his own half the field.
Good defensive set there from Town, limiting Newcastle's metres. It means Donaghy had to go for try to attempt for the long kick on the last. They're on the second tackle now already at Town, and they're already back on halfway and going to be putting more pressure on the Newcastle side and get the penalty for their rewards.
Yes, it's a typical belligerent run from Stevenson. He was upright, and it just draws penalties to him, doesn't it? Because he runs so upright and runs so tough.
Named in the League One Team of the Month from our friends at RLW, as well as Jack Stevenson. So yeah, he's well earned it from what I've seen him. Obviously, I give him man of the match in the Derby fixture.
I think that's what's done it. Yeah. That's what's edged it. That performance in that game.
And me giving him the man of the match. Your words are far too kind. But no.
Linking it on the right hand side with Carter. The two halfbacks coming in to play there, but the ball goes loose. It's been picked up by Farah. He looks a lively character, does the full back, and he skins his way across the field. Manages to outstrip 2 or 3 defenders, but fortunately, as far as Town were concerned, he was eventually tracked down 20 metres away from his own line. Donaghy's going nowhere.
Another header from Town, which Jonty Gawley really won't be happy with, but they just need to back it up now in defence, try and limit this Newcastle side's yardage and try and limit to the amount of go forward they've got. Ensure that if they are going to turn this ball over, they're going to turn it over quite quick for Town to get an opportunity back on the front foot.
Comes down this left hand side again, good running but equally strong defence from Town, just as Jordan was alluding to there. Newcastle just over their own 30 metre line, making 1 or 2 metres more, almost making it to the 40. He was almost diving for the 40 like it was the try line, wasn't he? I'm going to make that line, I'm going to make it. Dickinson stretching everything for his side. Newcastle meanwhile spinning the ball down the right hand side now, on the run off the pass of Donaghy, and they're over the halfway line. Last tackle signalled here. Here's the fullback getting his kick away. Farrett bounces up fortuitously for Zarin Galea. Galea launches the counter attack. That's better control from Newcastle Thunder though. 3 players put into the stop. They force him back behind his own 20 metre line as well. Town trying to make the distance from their own end. Hutton with the next carry. Comes 20 metres off his wing to take that ball. Now Atiga. Oh, splits the line. Good run from Atiga. He's still going. Real forceful running there from the Australian. He plays it on the 40 metre line. Phillips gets it right to Weir. Weir keeps it moving. Out to Howlett. Howlett almost leapt into the challenge and clears the halfway line despite the attentions of 2 Thunder players. Phillips at dummy half again. Passes infield for Ainley. Both Ainley and Scoley running for the same gap. And then the last tackle, it's with Weir. Weir taking it directly to the line. It's been intercepted here though for Thunder. Really good intercept that from Renison. And they've recovered possession.
He read that perfectly there, did Renison. Weir, you could see he was looking to see what that ball on, whether it was going to be the kick through or the ball over the top. He elected to go for the ball over the top, and Renison knew exactly what was coming there from the former Kells man, able to intercept, and but fantastic work from Dom. It's straight away switching that mind from attack to defence, ensuring that he pulled the centre down.
Just on is Josh Stoker to take the carry. I've already mentioned over 120 appearances for Newcastle. What a servant he's been. Now running down that right side, angling back towards the middle is George Birch. He managed an offload. Thunder, good carry. I think that's Charlie Eamons on the 20 metre line. It comes to this left hand side. Kick comes in from Shaw. Atiga retreats, collects it on the full. The defence tries to get to him. Well, they've stopped him from making metres, so that's really, really good work from Newcastle Thunder. And as a result, it's meaning that Town have got real work to do here. 25 minutes into the game, it's still just 8 points to 0 in favour of Town.
Got even more work to do here now, Dave. Fulham, was it? I think it might have been Ellis Archer. No, it was Johnny Hutton that had coming off the wing, not able to take the ball forward, and then it's going to be a forward pass. So real fortune changes there, wasn't it? Obviously, you know, Hutton not being able to keep hold of the pass. Newcastle then getting the ball in hand and then passing the ball forward so close to the line.
I was going to say, so it was unfortunate that really for Newcastle, because they were given a perfect opportunity, and you could see there was that much enthusiasm amongst their team. There was 2 or 3 players that were really calling out for it in the middle. Yeah, and that will probably what will frustrate Chris Foreman about his side not being able to take his opportunities, and it probably has been a frustration for himself for probably 18 months now. Obviously, you know, with the rebuild that they've been going through and this very young side that they're not able to take their opportunities as much as there's an experienced side, for example, like Workington. Stevenson makes 15 metres with that carry. He's just over his own 20. We'll play it back to Phillips, who links it on the left with Galea, who goes right over the top of one. The Express is warming up, and eventually he's yanked to the floor. Choo choo. Is that what we're going to do now? Well, we're only going to do that because Dan Payne never got me to got it for T. Ritson. Right. So I was never aboard the Ritson Express. So I'm just going to wind him up. Get aboard the Galea Express. I can't do that too often. I know people. No, I know. Archer steps past a couple of defenders, makes some good yards. He's just over 40 metres away from the line as the kick comes in on the last tackle from Carter. He's really steepled that one. Back to collect it on that far side is Leo Bradley. Starts the counter-attack and unable to make too many metres forward. He'll play it to Donaghy. Donaghy passes back, but it's a scrappy play of the ball. They're not helping themselves with these type of errors at Newcastle Thunder. This is what we've said, haven't we, Dave? This has been really much the downfall, because
in attack, when they've had that opportunity to go forward, they've more than matched Town. They've more in terms of the yardage and the opportunity that they're getting. It's just that they're getting it so deep, and then when they are making them errors, which are quite on a regular basis, they're making them deep in their own territory, and it's giving Town an opportunity to start and knock on that door pretty much from play one, play two.
And that's what Ainley does with his first carry, 12 metres out from the line to the left-hand side of the post. It's now being opened up by Carter to Weir. Weir taking it directly to the line. Oh, it was a cheeky run from the half-back. He's trying to curve his way out of the tackle, but there's two players on him, and he'll play it 5 metres out from the line. Phillips dummies, then offloads. Oh, running into the hole is Carter. Well, he judged that to perfection, and Carter went through that gap like a bullet.
All come from obviously the run from Dom Weir initially. He put in the double pump, did Dom Weir, and it didn't quite come off for him. But from the following play, the Newcastle side obviously struggling then to get back in their defensive line. Phillips in, quick play of the ball just shifted out to Jay Carter, and you're not stopping many rugby league players from 5 metres out, especially one as tall as Jay Carter, and then there wasn't much there in purple and yellow to stop him, Dev. 4th
try of the season as well for Carter, that one, and yeah, I thought the chance had gone, to be honest, when the pass didn't come in from Weir, and he decided to take the line on himself, but they managed to get the overlap on the next tackle, the next play, and Carter following up into the hole.
Yeah, we mentioned he seems to be a player growing in confidence now. He's got that starting berth in his side, which we've mentioned he struggled to get in previous seasons. He'll be hoping he can now regain his kicking form, which has deserted him in the early stages of this game. But yeah, it's 4th try of the season for the halfback and his first goal of the evening.
On the half hour as well, the flags are raised, and it's currently Newcastle Thunder 0, Workington Town 14.
I was quite excited when I come in and seeing the scoreboard, because you go to some grounds now, you go to Working, there isn't one, there isn't a working, mechanical one. You go to Whitehaven, there isn't a working mechanical one, and it just hasn't moved, does it? It doesn't. I mean, it'll be a great photo. It shows 0-0, but I mean, it's not really reflecting anything at the moment, is it?
Well, it reflects the first 7 minutes of the game until the first try went in.
I like your positivity, Dave Parkinson. There's always a silver lining. There is always in that cloud, my friend. Really is.
14 points still in favour of Workington Town. 3rd try of the evening coming from Carter, and as Jordan mentioned, his first goal of the evening as well. Well, that's a high hanging restart. Just dipping for it was Galea. He's again linked with Ainley. The two of them are working to perfection at the start of every single set these restarts. Scully makes some good ground over the 20 metre line. Tough defence in the middle of that field from Siddle in particular. And here's Archer, rolled over on his back. This will be a slower play the ball. Oh, it will be a slow play the ball, and it'll be a penalty, to be fair.
4th of the evening for Town, I make it.
Yeah.
None have conceded yet. John Gawley will be happy with that.
That's 2-0 he'll be happy with.
That's so far, yeah. 2-0 he'll be happy with, and Town now having more and more opportunities. I don't think Town's made any changes yet. You mentioned we're on about the half-hour mark as well, so I wonder if we're going to get them maybe in a minute or two, and just before going into that final, going into the final few minutes of the half strike at a maybe tiring Newcastle defence.
Howlett takes the first carry of this particular set. He's tackled 30 metres away from the line, directly in centre field. Phillips gets it left to Carter. Carter keeps it moving onto Stevenson, bursting into that 20 metre mark. I think Ellis Archer was involved in that little move as well. I've got a stanchion right in front of me where the action disappeared just for a second. Now it's being opened out to this right side. Weir onto Howlett. Howlett onto Fulton. Fulton onto Atiga. Atiga steps. Then he surges forward, tries to get a try line bound, and eventually tackled by 3. Valiant defence from Newcastle Thunder. Infield it comes. And there's a penalty here for offside against Newcastle Thunder.
Galea done brilliantly to pick that ball up. It must have been millimetres off the ground. He done fantastically.
I was first of all call that a knock on.
That's what I thought Tyrone had blown for, and I thought it's going to be a really harsh call. But no, fantastic work from the Maltese fullback to get down that low, pick that ball up, and then still only be mere millimetres from the try line going for it as well.
Archer's inside the 10. Weir opens it out to Carter. Carter onto Galea. Oh, that's great defence over on that far side. Really, really good read down that far side. Was it Croston who's done that tackle?
It could well. I think he's definitely involved, Dave. Yeah, it was.
It comes to Ainley now. Ainley's inside the final 5. Phillips dummies, then brings it to Archer. Archer spills it, picked up behind his own line by the fullback Farrett, who tried to get forward, and the referee decides there's no real advantage there, so it's going to be a scrum 10 metres away from that Thunder line, head and feet to the hosts.
Yeah, and just unlucky there. Archer couldn't get the ball, and because if he did, it looked like he'd have probably going to power it over underneath the sticks, and it'd been Town's 4th try of the evening. So unlucky there for the young man. He'll be looking to put that out. He obviously had that error early on as well that he still, he was looking to be trying to put right. So just trying to put them to the back of his mind, and obviously take a rare opportunity for him to be starting this season and show Jonty Gawley what he's made of.
33 minutes of the game gone. Thunder in possession. Dickinson all wrapped up. He's been heavily involved in this first 33 minutes for his side. Town defence doing well on the follow-up, keeping Thunder within their own 20-metre mark. So Will Linton is on for the hosts. Oh, the ball goes loose from a Thunder point of view, wrapped up by Town, who have got more possession on that 20-metre mark. Can they make it count? Here's Archer with the first carry. Carter was barking orders at the back, just says I want a straightforward carry on this occasion. Phillips will send it left to Ainley, who links with Scully. Scully crashes inside that 10-metre mark, directly in front of the post. Phillips options left and right, puts it to the left. Carter over the top to Corkill. Corkill bursting through. Can he crash over? Oh, he's held up. That's a magnificent bit of defence there from Newcastle Thunder. I don't know how they managed to keep him up, but because he looked try-line bound there, didn't he, Corkill?
He did look. He looked bound for the try-line after what was some fantastic work, of course, from the Nigerian international. Dummied, or looked like he was going over, but the Newcastle defence, scramble defence, was on top and just able to keep the former Badwater and Whitehaven man held up.
Gullier put down 10 metres away from the line in front of the post. Still the tackle count continues here for Town. We are linking with Howlett. Howlett pushing for the line. Oh, he's held up as well. So they've got over the line twice in the last 30 seconds. Some really decent defence on their own line by Newcastle Thunder.
Yeah, they always look more on top of that one, didn't they, Dave? They always looked like they had enough in the tank to keep Howlett up, but they continue to knock on the door. They've got options left and right.
Big gap just to the left of the post. Ellis Archer angles for the position, and it's going to be turnover possession 5 metres away from the line. Did he just lose sight of the...
I'm not too sure if Town realised it was the 5 and last there, because I don't think the ball would have went to Archer. Maybe just a bit of a misread from their sort of side of it. But it's not the worst place in the world to turn the ball over 5 metres away from your opposition's try line.
A strong carry from Leo Bradley, and again they follow up the Thunder, but the ball goes loose. Referee has spotted a penalty here, I feel. Is it?
No, I think it's going to be a knockdown. Knockdown. Yeah, it's going to be a knock on, but it's in favour of Thunder. They're going to have the scrum down. 20 metres out from their own line, Dave, centre field.
They've had too much of the ball in this position of Thunder, haven't they? They've not been down too often inside the Town half.
Well, I'm going to have another crick in my neck, because we've done all the looking right rather than left in this half, and that's both when Town and Thunder have had the ball. They've had the rare forays up until this to our left hand side here, so they need to try and take advantage of it, have an opportunity, and maybe have an opportunity with a penalty.
Dickinson wins that penalty. Weir was offside, but he was done for holding down actually in that challenge, I feel.
He's not happy with the decision, shaking his head, but still never met a referee yet who'll change their decision.
So Donaghy puts plenty of meat behind that particular kick. Great cheers from the crowd. Somebody's caught it, I think.
Yeah, it looks like someone had caught it. The Town fans to our left hand side. To be fair, I didn't realise they were there, Dave. I didn't realise there was that many of them. He said there was plenty in numbers. I just thought they were in around the stand and everything, but yeah, there's plenty in blue and white to our left as well.
Thunder meanwhile in possession, 35 metres away from the line. They've got some field position. Can they make the most of it? They trail by 14 points to nil. Ball on the right hand side. Direct running coming in from Elliot Shaw. Shaw tackle just over that 30 metre line. He'll look to play this ball to Linton. Linton links it on his left hand side. Strong carry, equally strong defence though from those 3 Town players, but just 15 metres away from the line are Thunder. On the right, fed out to Donaghy. Donaghy passes into the hole to Birch. Birch just stopped 5 metres out. Last tackle has been reached here for Thunder. What can they come up with on this last? It's a great position for them. Donaghy ships it into the middle. Delicate kick comes in, well taken by Atiga. Oh, he just tripped himself up there and eventually falls to the tackle 20 metres from his own line. Galea following up down this right side, linking with Weir. They gained about 5 or 6 metres, quick as you like there, Workington Town. A couple of changes made with Jamie Doran and Grant Reid going onto the field.
Lucas Castle introduced as well, so it's a trio of changes for Town. Ross Ainley, Stevie Scully and Ellis Archer all been withdrawn from the field.
Yeah, and there was Castle first run. Here's Grant Reid's first run, wins a penalty as well. Good run too. Offside is the call. When you've got someone so big running at you, you want to cut down their metres, don't you? But they were just too keen and eager.
Yeah, and Jake Carter obviously knew that we're quite close to the end of the first half. He wanted that ball in his hands straight away. Wanted to try and extend, have an opportunity to extend Town's lead. It was a great kick from the half-back, and they're going to start this exactly 22 metres away from the Thunder line.
38 minutes of the game gone. Howlett throws himself at the defensive line, makes it inside the 10. Great yards from the Australian down this right-hand side. 10 metres in from touch, the tackle count gets wiped. Infield it's moved to Weir. He drops it back over his shoulder to Castle. Castle, big and strong carry. 3 players put into the stop as far as Newcastle Thunder are concerned. Phillips will work this ball right to Weir. Weir plays it short, plays it to Fulton. Fulton pierces the defence. Second try of the game for Spencer Fulton. Again, some superb attack there from Weir, just taking the ball in. And I've got a feeling that Galea proved the foil there, because he's down on his haunches.
Yeah, I think it was a fantastic double pump pass once again from Don Weir, and Town able to take advantage where Newcastle haven't been, in terms of when they've been gifted possession and opportunity through errors and other things, that they've been able to score tries. And fantastic work there from Don Weir. When any time Galea's around, your defence is going to be wary of him, so maybe looking a bit too much focus there on the Maltese fullback, and it's allowed Fulton to go over for his on this right hand side for his second of the evening, Dave.
For his second try of the evening. It's turning into a good evening for the young centre, isn't it?
Oh, it's an even great evening now, because the scoreboard's working. It's an even better
that's
evening.
Even better.
It's even better.
That's even better. Get a picture of it.
How anoranic from us is that we're more happy about the scoreboard than anything else.
I think this just shows your influence in rugby league, to be honest. So 18 points to 0. Can Carter convert? The hooter goes to bring an end to the first half. Carter with the final kick. How crucial will that try prove? Right on the hooter. Carter steps in. Oh, that's much better. Much better from Jake Carter. His second goal of the game. And at half time, we go to the break with Workington Town leading by 20 points to 0. They've scored 4 tries in this first half. The first of those came after 7 minutes from Howlett. The second one came after 11 minutes, when there was that brilliant pass from Galea, and Fulton strode over for his first try. Then Thunder got a bit of attacking shape going. They had a couple of opportunities. They went close, and it ended up being some real spirited defence from Town to keep them out. Some real spirited attack from Thunder as well. Town next scored after 28 minutes when Carter ducked into a hole. That was converted to make it 14 points to 0, his first goal of the evening. And then he's just added his second goal of the evening as Weir got a clever pass out to Spencer Fulton for his second try. So, half time here. Newcastle Thunder 0, Workington Town 20. Things look a bit constructive as we get underway at the start of the second half. Retreating back to his own line is the big figure of Jake Dickinson, who marches forward towards the 10, and Thunder have first use of the ball. The fullback Farah passes in field, and immediately that strong line speed from Workington Town, trapping Thunder inside their own 20 metre line. It's going to be Will Linton to pass the ball to his right hand side. Linking it there was Elliot Shaw, and again they're in the centre of the ground here with that big man Stoker bringing it down the right hand side now. Newcastle Thunder all tackled just 35 metres away from their own line. Tara Jones keeping a keen eye on the Town defence, and now pushing his way forward. There is Stoker, but he loses the ball on contact. Some real stern contact there as well, and it's going to be, well, the first error of the second half goes the way of Thunder, and some decent attacking opportunity here for Town just 40 metres away from the line.
Yeah, and they've been their own worst enemy, haven't they, of Newcastle. Fantastic contact from Town, but Josh Stoker really needs to be working harder to keep hold of that ball. But we've seen a lot of turnover ball from this Newcastle side, and this is where Town have had their opportunities. They'll be looking to try and take much more advantage of that in the second half.
It comes to this left hand side at the base of the scrum. Weir links with Kalia on the run, takes on two defenders. Coming up with the stop was George Birch on that 30 metre line. Ball will be played to Corkill. Corkill passes infield to Carter. He snatched it and then passed back quick as you like for Grant Reid to make an impression on the defence. Just on the edge of the 20 metre line now, a Town opening play out with Doran. It's juggled by Weir and he gets it out the back to Galea, and then it's further wide with Fulton just 15 metres in from the touchline, about 15 metres away from the try line as well, over on that right hand side of the field. Now it's Castle, big surge, offload as well. Galea following up. Galea trying to burst his way through that middle. Good defence. Really good tackle in the middle there from Newcastle Thunder. All the pressure being put on by Town as Phillips links with Grant Reid. Grant Reid goes over underneath the post. Oh, it's not going to stand. Forward pass. In fact, there's a penalty. Obstruction.
Yeah, went round the Town man. I'm not quite sure who it was from that pass from Phillips. I think he was being the dummy runner, and obviously Grant Reid able to take full advantage of that, which isn't allowed in the game. And it's going to be a Newcastle penalty. They cleared it long, and they're going to have an opportunity to start just 15 short of halfway there. What
a superb kick that was from Donaghy. It went fully 30 metres, didn't it? Really good kick to touch there.
He must be frustrated, Alex Donaghy.
He's a top player.
He's a top player. He could easily play in the Championship. Obviously staying loyal to Newcastle, trying to help them through this side. Obviously had that spell at York where he didn't last season. Did he sign ahead of York and then come back here on sort of loan dual reg throughout the campaign? But he went to York, and I thought he was going to be like sort of fourth choice fullback. We had quite a strength in depth there. Did York. So yeah, no, I'm a fantastic guy. I'm a fan of his. He's a fantastic player.
Donaghy taking it right to the line, tackled by opposite number Carter. He's rolled on his back as well, with a little bit of help from Phillips on the halfway line. Donaghy plays it. Infield it's moved. All the running being done by Charlie Eamons. He's put down just inside the half. Run comes in from Linton. Stoker follows up. Oh, that was a collision, a real meeting in the middle of the field between him and Stevenson. Last tackle signal. It's on the right with Donaghy. Donaghy popping the ball up in the air. It's one for Hutton to get hold of, and he does well there, just the winger. Taking it 10 metres from his own line. Had to be confident in the air, and confident he was. He's took a knock as well for his troubles. It'll be a slower play the ball from Hutton, and now Corkill will try and make some metres, but even he's caught without making much of an impression on this occasion. It's a very slow play the ball. Referee's patience holds. Here's a Tiger in off his wing. Oh, he spilled the ball, however. Loose carry. He was a bit too keen and eager to get involved there, was a Tiger, and as a result he's lost the ball. But I've got to pay credit to that contact as well defensively. Yeah, contact just on the arm enough to dislodge the ball, but it was some fantastic defensive work there from Newcastle Thunder. They were able to sort of slow them play the ball down. Obviously Hutton initially with the knock, and then obviously able to get that contact on Corkill, and that was a slow play of the ball. And referee Tara Jones said if Corkill was at fault because he was holding the man down, so it just allowed Thunder to get themselves set, and then they've been able to force the header up on contact, and we're going to get another kick in our necks because we're looking right, but that's because Thunder are knocking on the door this time, Dave, rather than Town. I'm quite pleased that they're down this side of the ground for a change as Donaghy throws the ball. Oh, they've then put it down. Well, it was a nice little link-up play with Elliot Shaw. Referee has spotted a penalty and all that. Town were offside, so it would up against the Town defence from Newcastle Thunder. Donaghy says we'll take it centrally. You can opt for a scrum, can't you?
You can these days, yeah. And that's what they've done, yeah.
That's a rare sight for me this season.
It's a canny move, isn't it? Canny saying canny. I'm in the right part of the world to be saying that as well, Anna. So, but yeah, no, he's obviously, they've obviously spotted something there that they want to try and push at from scrums, and why not take every opportunity? You're 20 metres out anyways. You're not going to make too many metres from a penalty. Why not go for it from play one?
Holding the ball within the scrum, they'll do a long attacking sweep down the left-hand side. Stepping in there.
They had 5-on-3 there.
His full-back Farah, they did for a second.
They had 5-on-3, didn't they?
It was a really good movement. Infield it comes to Shaw. Oh, Shaw had to take that full contact. I don't envy him, to be honest. Tackled on that 20-metre line. Don't fancy them two big forwards coming at me, trying to make the defensive duties, but
to be fair, that's why they're out there and we're up here.
Yeah, Ainley doubling up. Castle involved as well. It comes down this right hand side. Solid surge there by Sean Croston. 5 metres out from the line. Infield it comes to Donaghy. Donaghy dropping it back over his shoulder, looking for Stoker. He's in reverse mode, but still manages to tease a couple of extra metres out of that Town defence. To the left it's moved. Last tackle, good link-up play. Shaw out to Farah. Oh, it's further wide. Oh, good defence from Atiga, but the ball's still moving. Kick comes in from Farah, back towards the middle. It'll bounce, and it'll bounce up for Corkill. Corkill's got open pasture in front of him. Off he sets. He's over the 30. He's over the 40. He's going to be caught there inside his own half of the field, 40 metres out from his own line. But what a weaving run, and what a recovery that was from Leo Corkill.
Fantastic work there from Corkill. It looked like, obviously, initially there was just purple shirts in front of him, but he was able to exploit the gap, following obviously Donaghy not being in the defensive line, following challenging for the ball, following the kick over from Farah. So yeah, great work there, and another penalty now to Workington. I think was it for hands in on the ball, as Atiga was going to try and get up and play that ball there. 30 metres out currently at Town, so with the look to kick it deep and maybe start sort of 15 metres out here, you reckon?
7th penalty for Town, going to be kicked to touch by Doran. And this attack will start about 10 metres shy of the Newcastle Thunder line. Tap taken. Here comes Fulton. Steps left, steps right. Disappears underneath the 2-man challenge. 5 metres from the try line. Into the middle it comes with Weir. Drop back for Castle. Castle flattens a man. Offloads late. Phillips onto Doran. Doran tries to bounce through the challenge. Oh, he has done. He's done really well there. Stepping left, stepping right. Now he starts to straighten up. Drags 2 defenders in. Still going. It's like a little pocket battleship. 5 metres out from the line. To the middle it comes with Weir. He links with Grant Reid. Grant Reid stretching out. Has he got there? He has, That's a super run from Grant Reid. And I think that run started from somewhere near the Metro Centre.
I love these location drops. We're just getting in every now and again. But yeah, I mean, to be fair, it's not a million miles away from here. So yeah, he could have started from the Metro Centre. But yeah, fantastic run there from Grant Reid. But all started by the fantastic work Jamie Doran. It looked like he was going to be wrapped up in the tackle, but dummy to throw the offload, and as Lucas Castle was coming across him and the Newcastle man fell for it, he was able to escape from the tackle, quick play the ball. Grant Reid, you're not stopping Grant Reid from there to go on with, he's like an express train. He's not quite like the Galea Express, but he's kind of in a bit more timber, isn't he, Grant Reid, compared to Zadin Galea? But from that short of a range, he's not going to be stopped.
He's the freight train, isn't he? Whereas the passengers train and the express is Galea.
So we've got like the Japanese bullet train that's Zadin Galea, and then we've got the freight train of Grant Reid.
I think I need a new hobby. Kick comes in from Carter. 26 points to 0 it is in favour of Workington Town. I'll just stick to commentating on the Rugby League, shall we?
Yeah, we'll just do that, both of us, shall we, rather than trying to get these puns in trains and anything like that. But we hope you're enjoying our coverage at home on BBC Radio Cumbria Sports Online, bringing you this magic weekend eve game over here in the North East, and Jonty Gawley's side find themselves 26 and a lot. We'll be hoping to enjoy that magic weekend with taking the 2 points back home, and as Graham Pierce said, I think if they get to 44 they can find themselves joint second, following the confirmation of Cornwall's results eventually being expunged earlier today.
Yeah, it took a lot of time for them to be removed from the league, didn't it, to be fair?
You knew it was going to happen. You knew it was going to happen, but
kick comes in from Farah, the restart. Retreating back to his own line to take it is Carter. Then off the back fence is Castle. And it's a good run from Castle. Managed to get a second effort going, which takes him to the 20 metre mark as well. Phillips feeds it right to Reed, the last try scorer. He's off on another good run forward. 12 metres gain there from the big fella in the middle. Phillips links with Doran. Doran got it moving to Howlett. Howlett just cutting back against the grain. Takes him over the halfway line as well. Good run from him. Lightning quick play the ball to Phillips. He links with Doran in the middle of the field. Oh, he's got through as Doran. Doran turns, spins. Good defence there from Donaghy. Really good tackle there on the 20 metre line. But Carter is attacking down this left hand side. Throws the dummy. Holds off 2 defenders. Still thinks of an offload. Eventually he's wrestled to the ground by Farrer. And they're inside that 10 metre mark of Town again. Looking to see if they can add to this 26 point advantage. Here's Reed again. Following up from Archer. And it's going to be turnover possession. Good defence. They did well to recover there, did Newcastle? Because they were cut to ribbons again, weren't they, off the back of Doran's break?
Yeah, they certainly were. Good recovery. Just a point to note there as well as Ellis Archer's back out there, and I think he's replaced Don Weir, so it looks like it's a half-back partnership now with Carter and Jamie Doran. Archer back in at 13. Callum Phillips remains out there at 9. So, you don't normally like to change your halves during the game, so it'll be interesting to see if that's a plan one or if Don Weir's had to be withdrawn for something else.
Stoker, meanwhile, for Newcastle Thunder, just over 20 metres away from his own line. He'll play it. Off to the left it's moved. Birchie's all held. Good tackle there. Really forceful defence there coming in from Howlett. But just holding on too long. He had an extra tug of the jumper and pulled it over his head. So it's no wonder that he ended up conceding the penalty.
It's going to be another change as well for Town, probably positionally, because Cole Walker-Taylor's getting ready to come on down below us as well. Spent the last few weeks playing back at Waftrow, hasn't he, back on the dual registration.
Again, he's another player that has a lot of versatility about him as Thunder bring it down this right side. Good movement from them. Good strong tackle from Corkill too. But they're 40 metres away from the line here, Thunder. Donaghy calls for it. Spins it into the middle. Inside pass for Stoker. Big carry from him. He's going to be after a quick play the ball as well and gets it. Out of dummy half, it's down the left hand side. Good link up to Donaghy. Donaghy keeps it moving on to Birch. Birch is all held though. He was all flailing arms and legs there from Howlett as he surged out of the defensive line to put the stop on. He was however completed by Doran. Now this is run through the middle from Lloyd Hall. Inside the 20 metre line he goes for Newcastle Thunder. Looks to play this to Linton. Linton to his right hand side for Yeamans. It comes to Donaghy on this right side. He has to check himself. Kicks it forward. It'll bounce up for him. Oh, he's just nudged it forward himself there as Donaghy. It just wouldn't sit up, would it? It was really unlucky. Impressive play from the 6.
And that's what he can do, can Alex Donaghy, whether he's at full back, where I've seen him play his majority of the rugby, but he's comfortably at home at full back in that halves, and I've seen him play some centre as well before as Alex Donaghy. So yeah, he's quite comfortable wherever you can slot him in and around the backs. But yeah, he was just begging for that to sort of to bounce kindly. It didn't bounce up kindly for him, and was able to force the error. Once was Zaringalia when he got in and around Donaghy and just able to push him off kilter, and while Donaghy attempted to collect.
Charlie Yeamans is the latest player for Thunder to come to the sideline, which means that we get another chance to see Tobias Gibson in action. He's really feeling the after effects of a knock in the middle there is Charlie Yeamans. Put a great run in about 30 seconds ago, which really did test the Town defence in the middle of the field. Town back in possession though. And it's Archer, all held on that right side. 15 metres out from his own line. Doran out of dummy half. Passes for Hutton. Good yards from Hutton that. In off his wing. Big carry for his side. Quick play the ball too. Cole Walker-Taylor. He passed it from dummy half as he slotted in at 9. Cole Walker-Taylor.
It's Callum Phillips he's replaced. It looks like, yeah. I mean, I've never seen him play 9. I've seen him play one, I've seen him play centre, I've seen him play wing, I've seen him play halves. I've never seen him play 9. You're going to tell me you have, haven't you?
I've not seen him play
right,
9,
okay.
But I've seen him operate dummy half. So there's a slight difference, isn't there?
Oh, well, yeah.
Because he's gone back to full-back, a bit later
okay.
on,
but no, but he's operating there as an out-and-out 9, isn't he? He's going to be, so
Walker-Taylor links with Archer. Archer pops it out for Castle. Castle, that's a big run through the middle. Great tackle, though, from Newcastle Thunder. They're on the edge of the 20-metre line here, Town, looking to add to this 26-point advantage as Carter plays it at Stevenson. Stevenson spinning, twisting, turning, stretching everything for that try line. He's going to be held about 2 metres out from that line, and he'll play it to Cole Walker-Taylor. Walker-Taylor passes in field. Carter gets rid of it quickly. Doran plays it out to Galea. Galea all the way across to Fulton. Fulton out to Atiga, who just steps, goes for the line. Oh, and they're not holding him up this time. That's a good finish, a strong finish from Atiga. 5th try of the season for him.
Fantastic left to right shift play there from Workington Town. They knew they had the numbers. It was just whether they could get the ball over quickly enough. And Atiga still had to work for the finish. He had to step back inside to ensure he could get the ball down. Could Atiga continues his fine run of form he finds himself in recent weeks following breaking that duck. Was it in the Derby fixture that he broke his duck? Was that his first competitive try?
That was his first competitive try.
He's been on a roll since then as Levi Atiga, and will continue to score tries for fun if he gets opportunities like that on the right hand side edge. And Jay Carter will now look to try and knock over the extras in what will be another difficult conversion attempt for the Town halfback.
So Town improving this scoreline to 30 points to 0. And as Graham Pearce mentioned at half time, 44 points would see Town wrap up second spot at this early juncture in the weekend. I know there's games to come, by the way.
Yeah, there's only 2 games on Sunday, so there must be a few tomorrow. I suppose these days depends when who and when Cornwall were meant to play and such things like that as well.
Yeah, because we've always got 2 teams that have the weekend off, don't we?
Well, sometimes, yeah.
Kick comes in from Carter. Has he got enough of it? Yes, he has. Great kick. 32 points to 0.
Yeah, only the 1 game tomorrow. So, 4 played this weekend. So, Rochdale host Goole tomorrow.
All right, okay.
And then Whitehaven, Dewsbury on Sunday, and I've just had it up and I've forgotten. My mind's gone a blank. Hold on, let me get it back up.
But 2 outstanding games there that you've mentioned.
Yeah, and then Swinton Crusaders. That's going to be a big one as well.
That's going to be tasty.
Yeah, at Sale as well. So at Swinton.
That's 2 teams that know a lot about each other. They've swapped jerseys.
You could say that. Yeah, you could certainly say that.
So, Town back in possession from this restart. Castle controlled. That's some great defence from Newcastle Thunder, marching him all the way back towards his own line. He'll play it 5 metres out.
Lucas Castle doesn't get pushed back all that often, Dave. So, fantastic work there from the Newcastle defence.
And in the middle of it all is Stoker. And he's got in the middle of that particular tackle as well. His whip rate is absolutely tremendous. Off to the right with Doran. Back over his shoulder. Town looking to push forward, the 30 metres from their own line. Cole Walker-Taylor linking with Doran again. He's linked it further away with Carter. Carter out to Spencer Fulton, who just said, here, Atiga, have it. And Atiga's burst into the backfield. He's over the 30. He's headed into the middle of the field. He's going to be tackled just on that 20 metre line. He was looking for a cheeky offload as well there. But it comes to this left-hand side with Doran. Doran back to Galea. Galea. Oh, it then comes out. The pass wasn't on target this time. He just held it a fraction of a second too long. But who would I be to criticise? Because that was a free-flowing move.
It was a free-flowing move, and comes once again from Levi Atiga. He comes in, barnstorming run, got past 1, got past 2, got past 3, got past 4, wrapped up. Eventually was the winger, and then the ball come left, and I don't mind that. Do you know what I was saying in the first half? They hadn't earned the opportunity to play. They'd earned that there. Just the execution wasn't quite on point. John DeGauley won't be happy that they've obviously missed the opportunity, but he'll be happy that they are creating the opportunities. They just need to be a bit more clinical in, as he's mentioned in previous weeks.
It was an exciting attack, but yes, he'd want the 4 points, wouldn't he?
Absolutely.
But Newcastle Thunder back in possession with Dickinson, taking it down that left-hand side, well held by 2 Town players on that far side. They're about 15 metres from their own line. That's an all-encompassing challenge going in there from Castle. He's such a big man though, isn't he? Basically, he sort of like moves in and everywhere goes dark because he's that tall.
Yeah, he's a tall figure. He's Lucas Castle. I didn't like being stood next to him at times.
Oh, there's another error here from Thunder. They have got the ball back, however, through Farah, but the original error was a knock-on, so it's not going to be allowed to continue, and as a result, Town will take possession on the hour mark here, leading by 32 points to 0 here in Blaydon.
The one man you wouldn't expect it to come from. It come from Alex Donaghy, the half-back, the sort of talisman, isn't he, for this Newcastle side? He's the one with the sort of flair and the experience combined out there for Chris Foreman's side, and he's the real one who's going to lead this side round the field when they do get on the front foot. And yeah, you don't expect errors like that from him, but it gives Town an opportunity here.
Here's Doran, goes inside the 10. It was a real forceful run from him. He really cut against the grain then, eventually put down near the post. He'll play this ball to Cole Walker-Taylor. Walker-Taylor to his left hand side to Archer. Archer trying to push his way through the defence, but there's 4 purple shirts in front of him. You shall not pass on this occasion. 2 metres out, Cole Walker-Taylor goes to Carter. Carter puts the step on, bursts into the backfield, dives over. Second try of the game for him as well, and it's gone to 36 points to 0.
Town just had far too much for Newcastle there. They didn't know whether it was going left, they didn't know whether it was coming down the middle, and in the end up it's ended up coming down the middle, hasn't it? But obviously it's the half-back that's powered over, finding the gap in the defence, and it's great work from Town. They've been able to take full advantage of that error from Alex Donaghy and add another score on the board, and it should be simple enough for Carter on this occasion to tag on the extras and get ever closer to that 44-point mark that they're wanting to go second in the table, Dave.
He's gone 4 from 6 so far with his goal kicking this evening. Can he make it 5 from 7? This one just to the left hand side of the post. Probably it's in that area where you'd expect him to put it over in his carpet slippers, isn't it? But these would be the ones which would really make me nervous.
I always say I was at Keighley one day. I must have, and I watched. Can't remember which Keighley it was, but I watched him rattle the crossbar from right in front. So yes, there should be a gimme.
Only just.
Oh, we almost put the commentator's curse on him. There did Jake Carter. But yeah, I always say the video was on YouTube somewhere of that in like a highlights package from Keighley, him rattling a crossbar. And I can't remember who it was. But yeah, he rattled it from 10 metres out right in front, and you just don't expect it because they are so gimmies and such things like that. But it was close there from Jake Carter.
It was a bit closer for coming. But as I say, those were the ones that would make me nervous.
Yeah.
They make me nervous, those type of kicks, because you're expected to get them.
Yeah, so then you've got to try and. Not that I'm saying he was being complacent, but you find yourselves in complacency. I knock these over all the time and such things like that. But yeah, no, that's it's another 2 points on the board.
Yeah, it is Thunder 0, Town 38, and here's Castle. Big surge from him. You know what I really love about Lucas Castle, and you'll know a lot about this, having seen him a little bit more than me, but it's as soon as he hits the contact, he spins within the challenge, doesn't he? And he makes that ball available to see whether there's anybody there.
Yeah, he likes to get his arm through, doesn't he? And he does it in a different way for what you're seeing. Obviously, many do, but there's a lot of obviously the forwards now. We know they can try and get that arm through. Stevenson's looking to do the same there again, straight away up on contact. He's trying to get that arm out. They know if they can get the numbers, if you can get that ball out, the play could be on.
Well, that's a good kick from Doran, turning the defence around. Farah has to retreat well inside his own 20. And he'll retrieve it inside his own in goal area as well. Met by the welcoming committee. Atiga's just banged him to the floor.
Banged him to the floor. He's 2 metres out from his try line and must only be half a metre out from the touchline. Great kick from Jamie Doran and giving Newcastle hard yards to do, but Farah makes some more good yards there.
You know what? There's a player there in that Farah. From what I've seen tonight.
Absolutely.
He looks really promising for the future, doesn't he, for Newcastle Thunder. As too does Dickinson with another strong run. Plays this ball, it comes in field, kick comes in, didn't get a lot of it. As a result, Hutton will collect it on the halfway line, arcs across to the right, dummied for Galea, thought I'm having these 10 metres myself, tackled 40 metres away from the try line directly in front of the post. Cole Walker-Taylor to his right to Reid. Well, that's a huge run from Grant Reid, 15 metres down the field he went, quick as you like. They'll continue going right with Doran. Doran just threading the kick through the tackle came in straight away on the Newcastle man and the ball went loose, so I think this might be more possession for Town.
Yeah, I think it's going to be there. I think the Newcastle man's lost it when looking to fetch it forward following collecting the ball on the full. Hasn't been ruled a knock on, which I'm quite surprised about. It's just been ruled as a ball that's gone over the touchline, so it's going to be a play the ball rather than a scrum down, and it'll be 22 metres out for Workington here.
More decent field position for Town to work with. Cole Walker-Taylor to his right to Archer. Rode the challenge well. Rolled on his back, 12 metres out from the line, just to the right hand side of the post. Good line up to this left hand side. Here's Carter, links with Doran. Doran no look pass to Stevenson, who steams his way under the post. Angles could go directly between the H's as well, and it's now Thunder 0, Town 42.
Showing why he's been named in that team of the month, in the League One team of the month for the last month, as Jack Stevenson has been right on point. So, like you say, he had a fantastic game in the derby where we've both given him man of the match, and he's I ain't seen an awful lot of him since before then, Dave. From what I have seen, obviously in the derby and following that the last few weeks, he's been really on point, really on form. He looks a strong runner, does Jack Stevenson, and no one was going to stop him there from sort of 6-7 metres out, whether.
So Carter directly in front of the post, looking to bring up this mythical 44 points. Can I describe it as mythical?
How can it be described as mythical? Points are points. It's something.
Well, points are points, but we're told that
it's factual.
Okay.
There you go. There's the factual 44
Well, there's
points
one
there.
for the history books as Carter adds on the extras to make it 44 points to 0.
Graham P just in front of us. Well, yeah, bear in mind we need to finish the game at 44. So, 44 plus for Town to ensure they can get second in the table. Obviously, ahead of the remaining fixtures of the weekend. That's obviously across League One.
But yeah, they've done all right in this game. The other side of this is that you can see that Newcastle Thunder are improving. They went closer to the goal last week, didn't they? And you can see that they are a side that is in transition, and they're getting better, and they will get better.
They look a better side than when I seen them, obviously only a few weeks ago. So they do look like a side who's coming together. They're getting to know each other and learn a bit more about rugby league. They do seem to be tidying out there though.
Cole Walker-Taylor linking with Galea. Galea goes down the ground. He's now just inside 40 metres away from the line, and that's a great tackle again from Farah. He's everywhere. There must be two of him out there. He comes to this left hand side. Carter drills his kick down the wing. Hutton's after it. Croston has dropped it. Picked up by Farah. Farah's on the counter. Does a step. Tries to take him past Cole Walker-Taylor, who eventually brings him down just outside his own 20 metre line. They'll follow up as well, will Thunder. Big carry off his wing there from Croston again. And then that's another solid hit up. 40 metres away from their own line now are Newcastle Thunder. Stings just out of the defence at the moment as far as Town are concerned, but Donaghy spills it under no pressure at all. He was looking round. He was trying to promote the ball before he actually took it in. Yeah,
sort of mixture of that there as well, and it wasn't the pass was just behind him as well, so I think he had to reach for it, and said it's sort of
perfect storm.
Uncharacteristic from the Alex Donaghy. I just stopped. I thought we were hearing here in attendance, but I thought it's a half-time draw instead, sort of 15 minutes before full time. But
I've had figures like that given to me as attendance figures in the past, which have been half-time draws down the years.
Yeah, do you know, you just uncharacteristic there from Donaghy, but Town will look to try and take full advantage, searching for this 50 point margin now.
And it's Corkill down that left-hand side after linking with Doran and Carter. Walker-Taylor in at dummy half, making a good fist of it, linking with Doran. Now Reid forcing three defenders back behind their own 20 metre line. Town currently leading by 44 points to 0. Can they add to this as Doran flings a wide pass out to Spencer Fulton. Fulton gets past the first tackle, can't escape the clutches of the second man. 12 metres out from the try line, over on that right hand side. Linked to the middle with Doran. Doran throws the ball to himself. then throws it out to Carter, who links with Galea. Galea all the way across to Hutton. Hutton with a bit of space. He goes in, he goes out, he goes for the line. Has he been held up? Have they done enough? No, they haven't. Hutton has scored. Great finish from him.
Great finish, but what about the pass from Zarin Galea?
It was a singer, wasn't it?
It was a bullet pass, but it was one of the, when you sometimes see a bullet pass and, it's a bit wobbly, or, it's trying to get it out wide, but then you haven't quite got the length on it, or you hasn't got the accuracy. It had all it needed there from that pass from Zarin Galea, and Hutton fantastically finished in the left-hand side corner. And now 48 points up gives Town and Jake Carter and Town the opportunity to hit the 50-point mark and continue on this front foot. So we're going to see a big introduction of Stevie Scorney and Ross Ainley.
Tell you what, it's good when you can bring players of that sort of calibre on in the last sort of 10-15 minutes of a game, isn't it? Two of the best front rowers that you'll see at this level.
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, both with championship experience. Obviously, Stevie with Workington in a couple of seasons at Town have been in the championship while he's been at Derwent Park, and good shifts from Lucas Castle and Gad Reid obviously back out there following his ankle knock a few weeks ago, which he's now recovered from, and being able to get some well-needed minutes back out there to try and bring himself back into the attention of Jonty Gawley.
He had the biggest smile about 10 metres before he came off the field. Then did Grant. It's infectious, that smile. So Carter steps up. Has he got enough of that one? It's a big effort. It's a huge effort. It's a super conversion, and Town have the half century.
So my math serves me correctly. Is he 7 from 9 now, Jake Carter? So has he not missed following them initial early 2 misses, Dave?
That's right. Yeah. So 7 from 9 now.
He's put that. As I said, he'd put that to the back of his mind, and he's done so. So after them early misses, 7 from 7, and he'll be happy with his night's work. A couple of tries on the board as well.
Yeah, definitely. I've really got to thank this family that are sitting to our left-hand side. Yeah, every time somebody scores, they're lighting up my page so I can write me notes. It's absolutely fantastic. It's just what rugby league is all about, isn't it? As Workington attack straight from this restart.
The smell and blood here at Town that aren't there. They know they've got a tied in Newcastle side in front of them, because Town's had majority of the possession and the lion's share of territory, and Newcastle's had to do an awful lot of defence. They're smelling blood here at Town, and they're going for the jugular.
Was that Doran as well, rolling back the ears with that type of break? He's had one heck of a second half, hasn't he?
He has, as Jamie Doran, and injury plagued in his last sort of half season, sort of wide saving that innocuous knock, but he's showing what he can do when he is fit, and when he's got some game time in him, as Jamie Doran.
Carter turning the ball back inside, looking for Stevie Scoley, who crosses the halfway line. They're running through this set of 6 at a rate of knots for Workington, but they're getting down the ground really well as Ainley links with Archer. Archer again spinning within the tackle. Stopped just over 30 metres away from the line. Last tackle signalled here. Walker Taylor will pass right for Doran. Doran angles his kick into the middle. Carter's after this one. Galea's after it. Galea's flying again, and Galea goes in. 2 tries in 2 games, and choo-choo, he's there with the line.
Fantastic work from Zarin Galea. It looked like it was going to be Jake Carter that was going to get there, but then this sort of express train come from nowhere, didn't he? He's got some speed, has Zarin Galea, and he was able to use that to full effect there, and it looked like Jake Carter was all going to go over for his hat-trick, but the fullback stepped in, being able to grab his first try of the evening, give another easy opportunity for Jake Carter, it looks like, to tag on some extra points and add to his points tally for the evening. In Town just getting that points difference out there, and expanding that, because it could be that tight come to the end of the season that points difference could be a massive amount. So being able to keep this Thunder side to 0 and piling on the points as they are now could be very, very important when we come to the end of end of August, start of September.
And I think Jonty will be pretty impressed with this last 20 minutes, because like you said, they've smelled blood and they've gone for it, haven't they?
Yeah, I mean, they've scored 34 points in the second half so far. Jake Carter's about to make it 36, or 6 tries, 6 conversions. What are we, around about 10 minutes to go? So 30 minutes, 30 minutes have scored 6 tries, so they'll be quite happy with that, as Carter does tag on the extras there to make it 56-0 in favour of Workington Town here at Bladen Rugby Union. So yeah, he'll be happy with that, but that message will be getting out there now. I imagine it'll just be put out gently by the likes of Matthew Johnson and such things when he's going out there, is that let's keep this 0. Let's not do anything daft. Let's play, because we can smell blood, but let's not do anything daft. Let's not gift them points. Let's ensure we keep this 0 now.
So Thunder 0, Town 56. Farrah, who for me has been Newcastle's best player, kicks us off again. Scully to return the favour, 10 metres from his own line, directly in front of the post. Walker-Taylor to Ainley to his right. He crashes his way forward to the 20-metre mark too. Tara Jones keeps an eye on the Newcastle defence. Archer rolls forward. They are finding these metres hard to come by. The ball goes loose. Referee waves play on. Here's Doran. Takes on the line. Bounces off one challenge. Bounces off another. Brings it all the way across to the left. Oh, he's running to the same hole as Stevenson. And I think Stevenson's come up with the stop there, hasn't he?
Yeah, I think Jack Stevenson's essentially tackled his own man. And Jamie Doran gets up with a bit of a giggle on his face. And I think I can see, you look at Jack Stevenson trying to apologise to Jamie Doran there, but yeah, so tackled by your own man, don't say that all too often.
Here's Carter attacking directly down this left hand side, confident run from the half back. He's inside the final 40. It's the last tackle though, as ball comes to the right. Kick comes in from Durant. He's gone for a drop goal.
I was going to say he's taking the mick there, is Jamie Doran. You're 56-0 up and you go for a drop goal. I mean, I know about points every set, but I mean, that's taking the mick there, Parkinson.
He's not on some sort of, like
he might well be.
Career
he might well be.
We're not aware of.
Yeah, no, he might well be.
Career milestone.
Yeah.
Chance here for Newcastle Thunder, attacking down the left-hand side. Good play from them. Change made for Workington Town. Archer comes off.
Limped off as well there, Dave. He was down in back play, wasn't he? So I hope it's maybe just, something that he'd be able to run off, and obviously he's had like a minute, hasn't he? So
here's Donaghy linking with Farrah. Farrah brings it right. Croston, well held by Corkill. It's been a good battle between those two tonight, hasn't it? Because they're similar sort of size to each other, as Donaghy sets off on a run forward, makes 12 metres. He'll play this ball to Matty Rolls. He sends it left. Siddle runs it direct at Stevie Scully. Not many are going to get the better of Scully in that position. They're on the edge of the 20-metre line. It comes right to Donaghy. He feeds it out to Birch. Birch puts it on the toe. That's a really intriguing kick, and in the end Hutton just nudges it dead, but the referee has spotted a forward pass somewhere in the build-up to that. So it is going to be Town with possession and turnover.
It must have been the pass from Donaghy Farrah to Birch, was it, that was forward? Call came late. If it was. So.
I really loved that from Birch though, because you could tell he was getting hit in the tackle. He slid the kick in. It's probably one of the better kicks that we've seen in the evening.
Yeah, especially from a Newcastle point of view, because they haven't had the opportunity all that often to do with that close to try line, have they?
So Town back in possession, 22 metres from their own line. Ball to be played just over this mark to Cole Walker-Taylor. Ainley, big carry, spinning within the challenge. Even he's doing a bit of the Lucas Castle now and backing into the tackle. Cole Walker-Taylor causing a little bit of havoc from dummy half. Durham now moves into this position. Still inside their own half, but it won't be for long, as Grant Reid powers his way forward. Only needed a couple of minutes rest, did Grant. Back on to cause further disruption. Now Scully. Solid carry from him. He is so dependable, Stevie Scully. Gets it to that 20-metre line. Last tackle signalled here. Ball work left to Carter. Carter drops it on the left boot. This is one for Corkill to contest. And he contests it, and he's picked the pocket and gone over. That has stretched the advantage out to 60 points to 0. Well, that was opportunism.
It was. He didn't have to jump, did he? He just placed himself exactly in the correct position there. Did Rio Corkill, to ensure that he was able to get that ball and go over for the try on this left-hand side. The 60 points up for Workington Town. Carter's kick was precision, pinpoint, able to land there perfectly into the hands of Rio Corkill. And now, 7th try of the second half. They've really continued on this front foot of Town, and there was signs of this in the first half, that they just weren't taking them chances. They've taken the chances in the second half, Dave, and they're very, very good for what will be, well, a 60-point lead, maybe a 62-point lead in just a moment.
Well, we knew that Town were a good side, but it was up to Town to show us that they were a good side, and they've done that in the second half.
They have, yeah. We obviously, I don't think this result will come as too much as a shock to anyone. Obviously, I think many will have expected, obviously, Workington to come into this game. I think we're pretty much all done by the shouting, by the looks of, the referees just collecting things in and such things like that. I might be wrong. I think, maybe be a minute or so left, but
Carter. Oh, he's added the goal again. That's now 9 goals from 11 attempts for him, and it's 62 points to nil.
Yeah, 62 points to nil. 11 tries, 9 of them converted, and Jay Carter will probably be a bit upset with himself. He missed them first 2 now, because, like you say, it's been a pretty much perfect afternoon/evening for Town, hasn't it? Obviously, they've come over, they've been supported and backed in the numbers by them fans to our left-hand side. It was a scratchy start to the first half, but once they were able to take control in that first half, they did so. Probably didn't get as many points as they would have liked, but like I said, they've gone for the jugular in the second half and attempted to go short here in Newcastle.
Yeah, short restart. They get hands on it through Croston, but unfortunately, from a Thunder point of view, they've nudged it forward. Did everything to get on the end of that one, did Sean Croston. The hooter goes in the background. It brings an end to our evening's entertainment. The whistle of Tara Jones soon follows, and it has been a solid second half, as you will see from Town. They have won this evening by 62 points to nil. At half time it was 20 points to nil, and then the second half, well, it started with Grant Reid going through after 49 minutes. Then there was Duran breaking through a couple of times. The next try followed, strangely enough, then after 56 minutes, so we did have to wait a little bit of a while, but then it hit regularity. Carter going over, Stevenson going in, Galea's pass for Hutton after 70 minutes. Galea then on the end of that brilliant kick from Duran, and then right near the end, Carter the architect and Corkill going in. It's been a good evening for Carter as well. 26 points in total, 2 tries and 9 goals, and it's finished here. Newcastle Thunder 0, Workington Town 62. Your thoughts?
So was that 6 tries in the final sort of 25 minutes or so, roughly there, Dave? Just under 25 minutes? Yeah. So that's what I said, when the Newcastle side started to tire, and take this, I'm not taking anything away from Workington Town. No. But what I'm saying, when the Newcastle side have been able to tire, that's when they've gone for the jugular. I said it early doors in that run of tries. It was the sense blood. And you mentioned the barnstorming run by Jamie Doran on the right hand edge. That was the start of it. They smelled blood, they took full advantage. They knew Newcastle were going to be down. They knew there was going to be gaps out there, because they hadn't done an awful lot apart from defending Newcastle, and defending in rugby league is the most exhausting thing. That'll sap your energy, and on the back of errors they were having to do it close to their own line an awful lot as well in Newcastle, and when you're not getting a chance to even go back a 10 and then recover because you're that close to your line already, you maybe having to defend some sort of 4 or 5 metres out. Sapped all the energy from them in the first half and in the early stages of the second, and in that final quarter John Tigorley's side have been really on top. 36 points in the final 24 minutes, running at 1.5 a minute. Fantastic for Workington Town. Like I say, second in the table in League One now, obviously with the remaining of this week's games to come, but this is a side that's starting to come good, starting to get them points on the board, starting to get that confidence ahead of what's going to be a tricky trip to Keighley next week, in a position they don't expect them to find themselves in, and they'll want to change round fairly quickly, so they'll be looking to do that. But Town should go there full of confidence to Cougar Park next week after putting in 62 points today, 32 last week, 94 points in 2 games, only conceding 12, and obviously none this evening. So fantastic performance from Town, professional performance from Workington Town, and they can enjoy their long weekend now.